difficult. Through doubts and fears, find your inner throne. Every setback a chance to reclaim. Let your passion ignite, let it flame.
Welcome to the Dope Dive. This is where we try to pull out the really vital insights from some fascinating sources to help you stay informed and, well, maybe feel a bit more serene in this busy world.
Yeah.
Today we're plunging into a challenge that I think impacts, gosh, so many of us, especially if you're a busy parent or, juggling a demanding career. We're talking about the relentless battle against clutter, both the stuff you can see and increasingly the digital kind too. Our mission for this deep dive, it's really to uncover how embracing a truly clutter-free lifestyle might actually transform that everyday chaos into hopefully a profound sense of calm. And we've been digging deep into a really fantastic resource, Clutter-Free Parenting. Simplify your home, simplify your life. It's by the very insightful Shu Chen Hao, PhD. And let me tell you, this isn't just another book about tidying up. It feels much more like a compassionate, really comprehensive roadmap, honestly. It feels kind of essential for navigating modern life. It's published by Kokoshungsan Ltd, and they consistently put out really empowering educational content. Their whole mission is about making knowledge genuinely accessible, which is great.
Yeah, and what immediately jumps out from Dr. Howe's work, I think, is how it goes way beyond just the visible mess.
Mm-hmm.
The book explains that clutter isn't just inconvenient. It's actually a persistent, often kind of hidden source of stress that really digs deep into our mental and emotional well-being.
That's a really powerful distinction, isn't it? So, okay, beyond just looking untidy, what is clutter really doing to us on that deeper level?
Well, fundamentally, it creates this constant mental burden. Every single item that's out of place, it acts like a little subtle reminder of something unfinished, something not managed.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to focus on a work task or maybe trying to genuinely connect with your child when, like, your peripheral vision is just full of scattered toys or a pile of papers waiting to be dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
That visual noise, it just leads to this inability to fully concentrate. You feel mentally preoccupied, and it's a real struggle to just stay present in the moment. This persistent cognitive load, as the book calls it, it just sort of chips away at our emotional reserves over time.
So it's not just about how things look, it's genuinely impacting our mental and emotional bandwidth. That constant visual overload, yeah, it must be exhausting.
Oh, absolutely. And that disorganization, it really fosters anxiety and overwhelm. For busy parents especially, the emotional toll can make even simple daily tasks feel, well, monumental. But conversely, a clutter-free space isn't just clean. It becomes a kind of sanctuary. It fosters calm, clarity, and crucially, a sense of control. Just think about the simple act of finding your keys effortlessly versus that frantic, stressful search.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Right? That small moment of friction, when it's repeated countless times a day, it adds up to significant stress. The book really illustrates how a clear space lets you actually recharge rather than just being constantly drained.
It makes so much sense when you put it like that, but it often feels like clutter just appears. Like, where does it even come from? The book talks about specific clutter triggers.
Yeah.
What are some of the more subtle ones, maybe? The ones we don't even recognize in our own lives, and how do we start spotting them?
It's true. It doesn't just magically manifest, does it? Dr. Howe's book really shines a light on those underlying causes. One that often goes unrecognized, I think, is social circle influence. We can sort of unconsciously adopt habits from friends or family who happen to be collectors or just, keep everything.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, if everyone around you keeps absolutely everything, you might feel the subtle pressure to do the same, even if it doesn't actually align with your own desire for, say, simplicity.
Yeah.
Another really powerful trigger is emotional stress and sentimentality. We hold on to items because they're tied to really powerful memories or feelings. Now, the book isn't saying discard everything sentimental, not at all, but rather it encourages you to consciously curate those items, like create designated areas just for treasured keepsakes. That way you're honoring the memories without letting them completely overwhelm your living space. The key insight here is being mindful of both those external pressures, like from friends, and the internal ones, like guilt or nostalgia, rather than just blaming a lack of time.
That's fascinating, that social circle influence. I hadn't really thought about it that way. And tying into that emotional stress piece, the book really digs into the emotional weight of possessions. That's such a profound point, that they carry more than just their physical form.
Indeed. Dr. Howe really emphasizes that. Our possessions don't just take up physical space. They hold this emotional significance. And sometimes that can become a real burden. The key insight, and this is really powerful, is that our memories actually reside within us, not necessarily in the objects themselves.
Right.
So releasing an item doesn't mean you're discarding the memory associated with it.
Mm.
By making really intentional decisions about what to keep, we can actually experience a kind of emotional freedom. It's about letting go of maybe guilt or anxiety or obligation that might be attached to certain items. It frees up mental space, allowing us to cultivate a home that feels filled with intention and purpose rather than just, accumulated stuff.
The book really nails this with a quote from Dr. Shu Chen-ho. Clear the clutter, clear your mind. It's so direct. So, okay, once we recognize this deeper impact, what's the fundamental shift in perspective the book suggests? How do we actually start tackling it? It sounds like it begins with a mindset game almost.
Absolutely. This is where the book really pivots into the transformative part. It argues that true, lasting change begins with that mindset shift. It's about recognizing possessions not just as inert objects, but as emotional attachments that can either uplift us or weigh us down. The core advice is to start asking yourself, do these possessions genuinely enhance my life right now, or are they merely taking up valuable space, physical and mental? It encourages us to actually list items that truly bring happiness, serve a vital function, or hold profound current sentimental value, rather than just mindlessly acquiring more things.
That reframing sounds so crucial. It's not about deprivation, then it's actually framed as an opportunity for personal growth.
Precisely. Dr. Howe encourages us to view decluttering not as this daunting, awful chore, but as an exciting opportunity for renewal, for creating space. Each item you consciously release creates valuable space, not just physically in your home, but space for new possibilities in your life, new energy. And crucially, the book highlights the impact on family dynamics. Because let's face it, clutter often creates conflict within families, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely.
So involving loved ones in this process isn't just about sharing the workload, it actually fosters teamwork, teaches mindfulness, and helps build shared values around living intentionally.
This leads really nicely into the idea of embracing minimalism, which the book presents not as some extreme, stark lifestyle, but more as a journey towards a fuller life. How does it help us understand and maybe adopt that approach?
Yeah, minimalism in this context isn't about owning, 3 spoons and a mattress on the floor. It's really about elevating your entire life experience by being intentional. The first step, as Dr. Who explains it, is to assess your values. What truly brings you happiness? Is it quality family time? Pursuing a hobby you love? Or maybe just a simple piece of a calm, clutter-free home? This conscious evaluation then becomes the filter that guides every choice you make about what comes into your home and what stays. The book shows how this creates a significant mental and emotional shift. A clean, organized environment genuinely reduces stress and promotes clarity. It can even simplify your schedule, helping you reclaim precious time and energy. And importantly, it advocates for gradual integration. You don't have to become a minimalist overnight. Start small, maybe one drawer or one shelf. Celebrate that progress and inspire your family to get involved. It makes it an accessible journey, not some radical, overwhelming leap.
Right, not an all or nothing thing. And before we even pick up a single box, the book insists on setting intentions for decluttering. Why is clarifying your why beforehand considered so critical for actually succeeding?
Because it's that powerful first step that transforms decluttering from what feels like an overwhelming, maybe even dreadful task, into an empowering journey with a clear purpose. By envisioning your ideal life, you get really clear on how a clutter-free environment will enhance your family's well-being, how it supports your busy lifestyle, what it will actually feel like. It encourages you to identify and maybe even write down your core values, things like family connection, personal growth, a serene space, and then use those values as guiding principles for every decision you make about what to keep or let go. The book also really promotes using SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Ah, the classic SMART goals.
Exactly. So instead of a vague goal like I want a clean house, it becomes something concrete like I will declutter the kitchen counter for 15 minutes each day this week. That makes the goal feel tangible and crucially achievable.
So it gives you a concrete destination to aim for, not just a general wish.
Precisely. And it also emphasizes family involvement right from this intention-setting stage, creating a shared vision. And making those intentions visible, maybe on a vision board or just a note on the fridge, can provide that daily motivation boost.
There's another great quote from Dr. Howe that sums this up perfectly. Simplify your space. Simplify your life. Okay, so once our mindset is primed, what are the concrete hands-on strategies the book offers? How do we actually start tackling the mess? It sounds like we begin by assessing your space.
Yes. The book gets very practical here, offering clear steps. It starts with evaluating each room, not just for how it is, but for its potential. The core idea is to reassess the room's purpose. How do you currently use it versus what's its ideal functionality for your life right now? Maybe that spare room that's just collecting junk could become a much-needed home office or a kid's play zone, something that genuinely serves your family better. Defining this purpose clearly helps you ruthlessly prioritize which items are truly essential for that function. Then the advice is practical. Tackle one room at a time. Maybe start with the room that causes you the most stress, the most chaotic one, because clearing that gives you an immediate visible win and boosts motivation. And for each item in that room, you ask yourself, does this actually contribute positively to the room's redefined purpose?
Okay, that makes sense. And within that, identifying those high traffic areas seems vital because, those are the places where clutter seems to multiply the fastest, right? Like my entryway, it's always a disaster zone.
Precisely. Dr. Hugh calls these the epicenters of daily chaos. You nailed it. The entryway, kitchen counters, the main living area. Addressing these first yields immediate significant improvements in how the whole house feels. So for the entryway, it's about creating simple systems. Hooks for jackets right by the door, designated baskets or shelves for shoes, maybe a small console table for keys and mail. Stop the pileup before it starts. In the kitchen, it means identifying those surfaces that become clutter magnets, countertops, the dining table, and using smart grouping solutions like trays or baskets to contain things like mail, chargers, or cooking utensils. And in living rooms, it might involve establishing clear zones for different activities, reading, playing, watching TV, and really encouraging that habit of putting items away after use. But the key thing the book stresses is that these aren't one-and-done fixes. High traffic areas need ongoing evaluation and tweaking as your family's needs and routines shift over time.
Right, it's a dynamic process. Okay, so once we've assessed and maybe targeted those high traffic zones, what are some of the practical decluttering methods the book offers? I'm particularly interested in things like the 4-box method. How does that actually work in practice?
Yeah, the 4-box method is a fantastic, really systematic approach. It's simple but effective. You literally get 4 boxes or bins and label them. Keep, donate, sell, and trash. The keep box is obviously for the essentials, the items that genuinely bring you joy right now or serve a clear current purpose in that room. Donate is for items that are still in good condition but you no longer need, things that could benefit others. This also fosters a nice sense of giving back. The sell box is for items that might have some monetary value, maybe old electronics, furniture, collectibles. It's a way to potentially turn clutter into cash.
Always a bonus.
Definitely. And the trash box, sometimes labeled recycle or discard, is crucial. This is for items that are broken, damaged, expired, or genuinely unusable. Letting go of actual trash is vital for a healthy, clutter-free home. The book also offers other methods, like the 30-day declutter challenge, which breaks it down into small daily tasks for incremental progress, and the one room at a time approach, which helps build momentum by allowing you to fully focus on clarifying the purpose of one dedicated space before you move on to the next, preventing overwhelm.
That makes sense, less overwhelming. And Dr. Howe reminds us, because busy parents deserve a peaceful home. Which brings us back to the kids. For so many parents, getting children on board with decluttering is, frankly, a huge hurdle. How does the book suggest we approach that challenge?
Oh, this is such a transformative area, and the book really shines here. It's about making it less of a chore they have to endure and more of an empowering family experience. One key suggestion is framing decluttering as a fun activity, maybe even an exciting adventure. Explain how clearing out old things makes room for new experiences or space for the toys and activities they actually love now. Incorporate interactive elements. Maybe use different colored bins for categories, set fun timers for short bursts of sorting, or offer small meaningful rewards, like choosing the family movie night film after a successful session. Crucially, parents need to lead by example. Openly share your own decluttering process. Maybe talk about the items you're letting go of and why, and express the positive feelings, the relief, the joy it brings you. And it's really vital to encourage expression. Acknowledge their feelings about items they might be attached to, even if it seems silly to you. Talk about the memories associated with things, and use it as an opportunity to teach the value of sharing by deciding together which items could be donated to other children.
Making it a positive experience, not a punishment. The idea of creating family decluttering days sounds like it could be a real game changer for involving everyone together.
Absolutely. These dedicated days can really foster teamwork and open communication. The book suggests putting some thought into the planning and atmosphere. Choose a day or a weekend when everyone is actually available and reasonably rested. Involve the children in the planning. What areas should we tackle? What music should we play? Make it feel like a team effort. Create a positive vibe with snacks, music, maybe breaks for fun activities. Break the tasks down into manageable sections. Don't try to do the whole house in one go. Use timers for focused bursts and make sure to celebrate the small victories along the way. And consider a reward system. Maybe plan a special family outing or activity for after the decluttering day is done. Setting up the donation boxes together also visually reinforces the positive aspect of giving back.
I like that. And the book also details assigning age-appropriate tasks, which just makes total sense for making the whole process smoother and less burdensome for the parents.
Yes, this is key, both for lightening the parental load and for empowering children with responsibility and life skills. For younger children, it means simple, achievable tasks. Things like putting their own toys away in designated bins, helping sort laundry by color, or matching socks. Celebrate their efforts enthusiastically to reinforce those positive behaviors. For school-age children, they can take on more responsibility, setting the table, helping with simple meal prep, keeping their own rooms tidy, maybe sorting through their clothes or books with guidance. These are valuable life skills. And teenagers, well, they can manage more complex tasks, managing their own schedules and school workspaces, maybe assisting with grocery planning or shopping, taking ownership of certain family cleaning routines. This really fosters independence and time management skills, crucial for adulthood.
This is about building competence and contribution. The book sums this up beautifully. Create harmony at home by decluttering with purpose. Now, shifting gears slightly, it's not just physical stuff anymore, is it? We live in such a digital world. The book actually has a whole chapter on digital decluttering for a tech-savvy family. Why is tackling our digital lives just as important as dealing with the physical clutter?
Oh, this is such a crucial modern insight, and Dr. Howe really nails its importance. Digital clutter, that endless stream of files, emails, photos, notifications, it causes the same kind of stress and overwhelm, and it absolutely reduces productivity, just like physical clutter does. Decluttering your digital world leads to reduced stress. Think fewer distracting notifications, a cleaner desktop that feels calming. It leads to improved productivity because you're not wasting time searching for that one specific file or email, is buried somewhere. It can even lead to better security. Deleting old, unused accounts reduces your vulnerability to data breaches. But the real insight, I think, is that a streamlined digital environment minimizes those constant distractions, allowing for genuinely enhanced focus. And as a bonus, clearing out old files and apps often leads to optimized device performance. Your phone or computer might actually run faster.
That makes perfect sense. My desktop can definitely get as messy and stressful as my kitchen counter sometimes. So what are some of the most impactful strategies the book suggests for this digital clear out? Where do we even start?
The book offers a really comprehensive guide, which is great, but a few key strategies tend to have the biggest impact. First, tackling email overload is massive for most people. It's not just about deleting old emails, though that helps. It's about adopting systems, maybe like Inbox Zero. The practice of processing every email so your inbox stays clear, unsubscribing aggressively from newsletters you don't read, and setting up smart filters to automatically sort incoming mail.
Inbox Zero. Sounds ambitious.
It can be, but even getting closer helps. Second, organizing your digital photos and videos is huge. We take so many now. This involves systematically deleting the blurry shots, the duplicates, the screenshots you don't need anymore. Then organizing what's left, maybe chronologically in folders, creating albums for special events, and crucially, backing them up regularly so those precious memories are safe and actually accessible, not just lost in a massive, disorganized digital void. And third, mindfully managing social media and notifications. This means consciously unfollowing accounts that don't add value or make you feel good, maybe limiting the number of platforms you actively use, turning off non-essential notifications, and perhaps even setting screen time limits. Because that constant digital noise directly impacts our mental calm and focus. The real power, just like with physical clutter, comes from building a consistent routine for these digital habits. Digital clutter creeps back just as fast, if not faster.
So true. Okay, and then there's the really tough stuff, isn't there? The chapter on decluttering sentimental items. Why is this particular category so uniquely challenging for almost everyone? And how does the book help us navigate that emotional minefield?
Yeah, this chapter is handled with incredible empathy in the book because it is uniquely challenging. Sentimental items are so difficult because they're deeply tied to our identities, our past, our relationships. They hold powerful memories and evoke really strong feelings: love, nostalgia, joy, sometimes even grief or obligation. The book stresses that tackling these items is ultimately about finding emotional freedom. Holding on to too many things in the past can literally tether you there, sometimes preventing growth or fully embracing your current life. It's also, practically speaking, about reclaiming valuable physical space that these often numerous cherished items can occupy. But fundamentally, it's about honoring memories in a more intentional way. It's not about discarding the memories themselves, but about consciously choosing which physical objects truly resonate and represent those memories now, rather than just clinging to everything out of habit or guilt.
So how do we actually do it without feeling completely overwhelmed or riddled with guilt? Because that's usually where I personally get stuck with sentimental stuff.
Dr. Howe provides a really compassionate, step-by-step approach. First, and this is key, acknowledge the emotional weight of these items. Approach the task with kindness and patience towards yourself. Remember the book's insight. Letting go of an item does not mean letting go of the memory.
That's a good mantra.
It really is. Then define your why specifically for these items. What's your motivation? Is it to create a more peaceful home now? To make space for current hobbies or relationships? To feel less weighed down by the past? The book suggests asking key questions for each item you consider. Questions like, does this object bring me active joy today? Is it tied to a specific memory I truly want to actively preserve in this physical form? Would I genuinely miss this specific item if it were gone? Am I holding on to it purely out of guilt or obligation? And maybe, is there a practical way to honor this memory without keeping the physical item, like taking a high-quality photo? If you're truly stuck on an item, the book suggests creating a maybe box. Put the uncertain items in there, store it away for a defined period, say 3 or 6 months, and then revisit them with fresh eyes. Often, the emotional attachment has lessened by then. It also powerfully recommends preserving memories digitally. Take really good photos of items, scan old letters or children's artwork, maybe create digital scrapbooks. This way, the memory endures, accessible and safe, without the physical bulk taking up space.
Those are really practical tips for something so emotional. Physical, digital, even sentimental. The next big step is organizing your space. What smart solutions does the book suggest for keeping things organized moving forward?
Yes, the book transitions really smoothly from decluttering to smart, sustainable organization. It's not just about getting rid of stuff, it's about creating systems for what remains. It recommends smart storage solutions. Think vertically. Utilize wall space with shelving, hooks, maybe tall, narrow cabinets, often paired with attractive baskets or bins to conceal items. It also suggests investing in multifunctional furniture, things like ottomans with hidden storage, beds with drawers underneath, console tables with shelves. The importance of labeling is really heavily emphasized. Labels aren't just for neat freaks. They create visual order, save you time searching for things, reduce daily frustration, and they also help foster responsibility. Especially in children, they know exactly where things belong. As Dr. Howe puts it concisely, less mess, less stress.
I need labels in my life.
Me too. And for maintaining that organized environment long-term, the book advises establishing a designated, logical place for absolutely everything, a home for everything, and everything in its home. Implement regular, short tidying routines, even just 5-10 minutes daily can make a huge difference. And cultivate that ongoing mindset that prioritizes simplicity and consciously recognizes when clutter starts to creep back in.
But fitting all this in, how does the book suggest managing time effectively to integrate decluttering and organizing without it just feeling like another overwhelming task on our already overflowing plates?
That's a really important point, and Dr. Ho definitely recognizes that time is an incredibly precious commodity, especially for busy parents and professionals. It advises prioritizing decluttering tasks strategically. Identify the areas causing you the most stress or inefficiency. Maybe it really is that kitchen counter bottleneck, and tackle those first for the biggest impact. Break tasks down into small, manageable chunks. Use a timer for, say, 15-20 minutes. You'd be surprised what you can achieve in short bursts. Crucially, it stresses setting realistic goals. Be honest about your current situation, your available time and energy. Set those SMART goals we talked about, but also be flexible and kind to yourself. Life happens. If you miss a session, just pick it up again tomorrow. Perfection isn't the goal. And finally, creating a declutter schedule that works for you. This doesn't mean blocking out huge chunks of time necessarily. It could mean incorporating short 15-30-minute blocks into your existing routines, maybe sorting mail while the kettle boils, tidying the living room for 10 minutes before bed, clearing out one fridge shelf before grocery shopping. Integrating it makes it feel less like an extra burden, more like a sustainable habit.
Making it part of the rhythm of life, not a separate project. Okay, so the ultimate goal here is maintaining a clutter-free lifestyle long-term. That's where the true win is, right? Sustaining it.
Absolutely. This requires consistency, and the book offers some invaluable simple tools for making that happen. It champions establishing daily habits. Small, manageable actions compound over time. Things like spending just 5 minutes clearing a counter before leaving a room, making the bed, dealing with mail immediately. It also suggests designating a specific place for everything, so putting things away becomes automatic. A core principle that's really effective is the one in, one out rule. For every new item that comes into your home, whether it's clothing, a book, a toy, even sometimes a new commitment in your schedule, one similar old item must go out.
Ooh, that's a tough one, but makes sense.
It really fosters mindful consumption and stops the slow accumulation. It also teaches children about valuing possessions and making conscious choices. And regular check-ins for clutter are essential. Just like maintaining a car, designate a specific day or time weekly, maybe Sunday evening, for a quick reset. Adopt a mindset of gratitude for what you have, which can lessen the desire for more. And definitely involve the family in these check-ins, celebrating the ongoing effort of keeping things calm and manageable.
I love that beautiful phrase from the book, turn chaos into calm with clutter-free living. So once you've put in the effort, made these changes, what are the ultimate benefits of clutter-free living that the book really highlights? What's the payoff?
The book beautifully culminates in outlining these profound benefits, the real why behind it all. First, you gain significantly increased focus and productivity. Clearing both physical and mental clutter genuinely reduces stress and background noise, allowing for better concentration, clearer thinking, and more effective decision-making. Organized spaces simply mean less time wasted searching and more time actually doing what matters to you. Second, and this is huge, you often see enhanced family relationships. A calmer, more serene home environment naturally fosters better connection, more open communication, and deeper relationships. There's literally more space, physical and emotional, for positive interactions, shared moments, and family traditions, instead of constant low-level friction over mess and disorganization. And finally, there's the benefit of mental clarity and reduced stress. A clean, organized external environment translates directly to a more relaxed internal mental state. This can lead to better sleep, enhanced creativity, and a greater overall sense of well-being. It really encourages mindfulness and being more present in your daily life.
Those are some powerful rewards. Dr. Howe gives us that inspiring thought. Your journey to simplicity starts today, and the book finishes by really emphasizing mindful living as the key to long-term success. What does that look like in practice day to day?
Mindful living is presented as the essential underpinning, the key to staying clutter-free and enjoying those benefits for the long run. It basically means being truly present and intentional in your choices moment by moment. This involves cultivating a mindset, embracing less is more, practicing gratitude for what you have rather than focusing on what you lack, accepting the ongoing process of letting go, and celebrating every small step of progress. It means integrating those daily habits we discussed. The 1-minute rule: if a task takes less than a minute, just do it immediately. The one in, one out rule, tidying as you go throughout the day, and always consciously evaluating potential new purchases before bringing them home. It's about having a regular schedule for maintenance, those quick daily resets, maybe a slightly longer weekly tidy-up, perhaps a monthly focus on a specific area, and even an annual comprehensive audit or declutter session. Crucially, it means being intentional with new items, shopping with a list, implementing a waiting period before making non-essential purchases, consciously prioritizing experiences over material things, and choosing quality over quantity when you do buy. And it loops back to involving the whole family, leading by example, assigning age-appropriate responsibilities, teaching children mindful consumption, and celebrating your collective success in maintaining a calm and organized home together. It also includes simplifying your digital life consistently. Ultimately, mindful living encourages you to build in regular time for reflection, to pause and ask yourself, does my home feel calm and supportive? Are my daily habits aligned with my values? Where is clutter tending to build up again? Am I spending my time and energy on what truly matters most to me and my family?
Wow, what a truly deep dive into clutter-free parenting. Simplify Your Home, Simplify Your Life by Shu-Chen Hao, PhD. This book offers such a comprehensive, really compassionate, and incredibly actionable roadmap for literally anyone feeling overwhelmed by clutter, physical, digital, or both. It genuinely feels like an essential guide for creating a more peaceful and productive life in today's world.
Indeed, it's so much more than just a guide to tidying up, isn't it? It's really a philosophy for intentional living. Dr. Howe shows us quite clearly how to reclaim our time, our energy, and our peace of mind by consciously making room for what truly matters. It offers a clear pathway to a more fulfilling, less stressed existence.
Absolutely. And if you're listening and feeling inspired to start your own journey towards simplicity, or maybe you're looking for more resources to empower your personal growth, we really do encourage you to visit Kokoshungsan.net.
Yeah, Kokoshungsan Ltd, the publisher of this very insightful book, is driven by a really powerful mission to make education accessible to absolutely everyone. When you engage with their content, you're not just investing in your own knowledge and future, you're actually supporting a global movement that champions education, social equity, and sustainable development worldwide.
That's a fantastic mission. So do head over to Kokoshungsan.net. You can explore their wide array of ebooks, audiobooks, and online courses on many different topics and become part of a movement for positive change while you learn.
And maybe just a final thought for you to consider as you go about your day. What single small change, just one thing inspired by our deep dive today, could potentially create the biggest ripple effect of calm and clarity in your home this week? Just one small step.
Silence of night, dreams whisper call. Through doubts and fears, find your inner throne. Every setback a chance to reclaim. Let your passion ignite, let it flame. Soar like a phoenix through darkest skies. Let your spirit shine, let your soul rise. Trials and lessons, every step a burn. With each stride, let your fire churn. In doubt's echo, find strength, stand tall. In adversity's face, defy and enthrall. Stumbles lead to peaks, challenges you seek. Every hurdle a lesson, every trial unique. Soar like a phoenix through darkest skies. Let your spirit shine, let your soul rise. Trials and lessons, every step a burn. With each stride, let your fire churn. Break free, leave chains behind. Embrace the unknown, heart refined. In every moment your greatness is sown. Your story's power, let it be known. Soar like a phoenix through darkest skies. Let your spirit shine, let your soul rise. Trials and lessons, every step a burn. With each stride, let your fire churn. Break free, leave chains behind. Embrace the unknown, heart refined. In every moment, your greatness is sown. Your story's power, let it be known. Soar like a phoenix, the darkest skies. Let your spirit shine, let your soul rise. Trials and lessons, in the silence of night, dreams whisper call. Through doubts and fears, find joy in the flow. Every setback a chance to reclaim. Let your passion ignite, let it flame. Soar like a phoenix, the darkest skies. Let your spirit shine, let your soul rise. Trials and lessons, every step a burn. With each stride, let your fire churn. In silence of night, dreamers whisper call. Through doubts and fears, dreams find joy in the fall. Every step like a chance to reclaim. Let your passion ignite, let it flame. Soar like a phoenix in the darkest skies. Let your spirit shine, let your soul rise. Trials and lessons, every step a burn. With your shine, let your soul rise. Trials are lessons, every step a burden.